We are getting a bit of a honey hunting crew gathering together. Everyone's got their rain gear on.
So if you drink a lot of this honey, you get drunk or high?
Yes.
Huh. Drunk.
That's the same issue for me. I took about a spoonful and I felt lightheaded. It felt warm in the back of my throat, and then that feeling kind of dissipated.
Filipino intoxicating honey. Holy shit, I don't want to waste it.
This time, fucking honey. Let's go.
Welcome to General Nakar, a rugged mountainous region of Luzon, Philippines, where the Dumagat, an ethnic minority group, live a remote existence. They farm and they hunt for wildcats, jungle fowl, and occasionally the prized Pisukan honey.
Today's mission is to hunt for and collect Pisukan, a Filipino version of mad honey, a sort of naturally fermented, alcoholic, intoxicating. I don't really know what the correct word is because really there's not too much information about this stuff. But the locals here of the Dumagat tribe find this honey at this time of year to have some kind of intoxicating property. So let's find out how it goes. I kind of like the hat umbrella that my porter has. Wish I had a hat umbrella.
The Pisukan bee is a variety of Asian giant honeybees found in the mountainous regions of General Nakar. But in these remote regions, the honey can take on odd properties. The Dumagat mainly harvest the hives for the larvae, using the honey only as medicine for severe coughs and flus. And although it is used here recreationally to get a high, I'm told it needs to be done carefully. This stuff, you see, packs a punch. Ingesting too much can cause dizziness, blurred vision, nausea, and vomit.
Magano lang, yung normal lang yung kanyang pagka, yung hilo lang, hilo.
And again, there they refer to it as hallucinogenic honey. I don't think you could really drink too much of it.
One old lady warned me that if you drink one large glass, you may not be able to walk for 2 entire days.
This could be a disaster. My legs are fucking killing me. I got almost no sleep at all last night.
The Dumagat tribe that harvest this honey live high in the most mountainous area of General Nakar. This region is remote, and the only way in or out of their villages is trekking.
And it's crazy to think that I was at one point complaining about Hamburger Hill. One story that I heard about the Dumagat on the way here is that they actually trap for feral cats in the jungles here. The way they do it is they first trap a monitor lizard and they use that as bait. And then with that bait, they trap for a feral cat. And they eat it. Sounds kind of scary if you ask me.
The Dumagat utilize pack horses as the trails are thin, muddy, and treacherous. But hearing about this honey has my curiosity piqued, and so I arranged lodging with a nearby homestay at the bottom of the mountain.
This is like a thin mud path that is carved through the jungle here. There's no real easy way in or out for the people that live here. And you also see the horse shit, which you've got to be careful of.
The next day, after several hours of trekking through the rain, we finally reached the village.
But now that the rain has set back in, I should have bought my own hat umbrella.
It's a scattering of wooden and corrugated iron homes with no electricity except a few solar panels, and there's no cell phone signal here either. Life exists as it may have for centuries. Chickens, pigs, and dogs run around, the kids play games, and in general, life here seems peaceful. People seem happy being so isolated from the outside world.
So here is the depressing reality. We've now trekked to the top of the mountain, but rain has really picked up and we are unable to trek to the location of the honey hive that we were originally planning. Things are on hold. Kinda lame.
Things take a turn for the worst. Thunder rolls in and rain picks up, and it is cold here. Despite being peak summer, it's a stark contrast to the sweltering heat of the slums in Manila. I'm told there's about a 50-50 chance that we actually get some of this Pisukan intoxicating honey. We push on, and after about 40 minutes, we finally locate the hive. I think we're near to the nest. There's a certain amount of energy going on. So I don't know whether I'm about to die making a foolish YouTube video. And the plan here is pretty simple. Our guides construct a torch of tree leaves and place it on a large branch. Okay, we've now hacked our way through to the hive and we've concocted a sort of mix here of, well, nothing's dry, we're in a fucking rainstorm, but a mix of brown leaves and green leaves. We bought some petrol to really kick things off. We're gonna light a fire, try smoke these bad boys out, and then
we're gonna get high on Filipino mad honey.
The goal is to smoke out the bees. But disaster strikes yet again. After hacking our way all the way to the hive, we fail in the rain to get the torch lit. There's simply far too much rain.
No honey yet. What happened was our torch, our smoker, eventually it went out as the sort of storm picked up, harder rains came in, and we essentially ran out of light. So 5 p.m. here, we had to call it. We woke up this morning and it's a little bit brighter. I'm still a little bit scared of the rain. It seems to just be coming and going here pretty hardcore. So we are legging it right back up to the Dumagat tribe. Hopefully they too actually honey. Hello, morning.
Welcome back.
Yes, yes.
The trail was even worse due to the rain, but we press on, and this time the weather holds back just enough.
Today we're back yet again. We've made 2 brand new smokers, I guess, sort of tacos of dried and green leaves. Everything is still soaking wet. I've got to admit, I'm a little bit apprehensive. Petrol did almost nothing yesterday. We do have an alcohol stove that I have sort of emptied out into smokers, and I'm just praying because this storm really looks like it's coming in yet again. I'm praying that it holds up. I think if we get an hour out of this with little to no rain, we're good. Otherwise, who knows?
Tabi-tabi, sulong.
He didn't really like it. He started kicking off, so we all legged it. I don't know, there's a lot more smoke than yesterday. There's way less rain, and the wind is not too strong. I'd say we have much better chances. I think we're good. We got some fucking honey. Let's go.
Baka malaglag. Malaglag, mapipilas. Pwede ko na, naman mo. Ito, polo to.
Alright guys, we finally did it. 4-5 hours of trekking, 2 days, battling the weather, fires that didn't want to start, thunderstorms, way out in General Nakar, Filipino mountains. We finally have a comb of Filipino Pisukan intoxicating honey. And this is a giant ass comb. Let's find out what it tastes like. Fuck yeah, Pisukan. Okay guys, here we go. Pisukan, Filipino intoxicating honey, my first taste. They've given me this comb, which is filled with bee larvae, and they've dipped it into the Pisukan. I'm just gonna chew, not swallow. That's what they say. Oh my God. Wow, that is the weirdest taste. It's a super odd texture. You're literally chewing on the bee larva, and you get a gush of exploding baby insects. But there's a real sweetness to the honey. I mean, that tastes really fantastic. I'm gonna dip a little bit more in the honey. We actually have another big bottle of it. Oh my God. That is the oddest sensation. Again, you're expecting that kind of texture anyway from the honey, you know, that sort of liquidy type vibe, and you're very used to it. So I mean, if you're gonna eat insect larva, this is probably the way to do it, dipped in honey, because I'm telling you, that tastes fucking great. I'm gonna try to just dip my finger in, just try a little bit like this. Whoa. That is some of the sweetest honey that I've ever tried. Really amazing how liquidy it is. And so far I don't have any sort of overly intoxicating feelings.
After trying the honey, I set out to learn a little more and ask the hunters a few questions.
Okay, I am here with Makar, master honey hunter. Dude, good job. You finally came through. Is this a big honeycomb? Are you used to getting this much sort of, this seems like a really big hive to me.
May malaki pa sir diyan.
Man, that's crazy. So there's bigger ones like this. And do you usually eat it like this with the larvae in there? You sort of like the flavor of the baby bees?
Itong loob nito, ito yung pinakang itlog na ito niluluto namin ito, ginigisa namin. At ito, kumbaga sa aming mga matatanda ay malakas ang resistensya.
Man, that's crazy. So they actually usually
cook and eat these larvae. We're just eating them raw right here. But usually they're going to take this back to the village, cook it up, and then eat them. It's especially good for the older people because, I don't know, it has a lot of nutrients that help them survive. So if you drink a lot of this honey, you get drunk or high? What's the deal?
Yes.
Huh.
Drunk.
Drunk. How much do you have to drink to get drunk?
Almost 1 bottle, sir.
1 bottle and you get drunk.
Hindi naman, sir, yung na talagang makalalasing na para yung alak. Ito, pag ito yung sobra, ito lang, kumagano lang, yung normal lang yung kanyang pagka, ano yung hilo lang, hilo. Ito po may panahon ito. May panahon ito na pag ano na pagka-harvest nito, tuwing Abril at Mayo. Kaya nga lang po, nagkataon po ng ganitong panahon, mayroong natsimpuhan na may doong kumapit. Iyan po ay inalagaan. Inalagaan na yan, binantayan para hindi umalis.
How frequently do you eat this? And do you like the feeling of getting high from this honey?
Pag po mayroong nakukuha kami, saka po kami nakakakuha ng niluluto namin. At tapos po ito, yung iba naman pong itong mga mayroong katas nito, ito gamit din namin na sa mga bata, yung may mga ubo, may mga nagkakasakit, ginagamit po namin sa ubo, sipon. Minimix namin para pag mga inuubo nga, yun ang pang-inom sa bata.
Kind of like a hallucinogenic medicine, you know, just for your kids. Sounds nice and safe. Tell me a bit about being like a Dumagat person. What are the differences in the way that you guys live versus regular Filipinos?
Kami po mga katutubo na katutub Dumagat ay kami po yung sa mga pangangailangan sa mga Katagalugan, iba po sa amin. Katulad po ng ganito, hindi po hirap po nilang magaya nito. Ito magaya nila yung pangunguha namin ng gantong pisukan. Tapos po sa mga pagkain po, iba po yung kanilang ginagawa, hindi po nila nakakain ito. Sa pagluluto ay hindi po nila alam. Pero kami po, ito kadalasan po, aming kinukuha itong ganito, papagpagin namin, tsaka namin gagawa nga namin, hihimayin namin, aming iluluto. At ito po, pinaparte-parte po namin sa aming tribo. Pinaparte-parte namin, nahati-hati kami para kami lahat ay makakain.
Isa rin, sir, yan sa pinagkakakitaan.
Isa rin po na sa pinagkakakitaan nito. Pag po kami may nakakuha kami nito, kada isang boot, binibili po sa amin ng mga 150, 100, para pinagbibinta namin sa patag.
Alright guys, thank you very much. Finally, we came through. Successful honey hunt. Worked out really great. Thanks for showing me this side of your culture and for letting me get high on a little bit of honey. That was fun. This is what I'm most interested in about because I've seen previously what they call mad honey in Nepal. And my friend Sunny's shot a lot of stuff with that. And so I wonder if it's the same kind of effects that are going on. Man, I think I am starting to feel a little bit of that. I don't know whether I'm delusional from 2 hours worth of hiking or I'm finally getting a little bit of a kick. That was, I'm definitely starting to feel a little bit dizzy.
I decided to dial up my buddy Sunny, who's had a taste of the infamous Nepalese mad honey. I'm not sure if it's apples to apples, but there is definitely something similar going on here, and I was pretty keen to compare.
I think I discovered mad honey in the Philippines. That's pretty cool, right?
They have it in the Philippines? I had no idea that mad honey existed in the I've heard of mad honey in Turkey and in Nepal, and that's it.
That was the same as me, because the only way I'd ever heard of it was from you, watching your channel, hearing about you going on Rogan.
A little bit of a taste, because this is mad honey.
I was hoping you could maybe tell me about your experience with it so I can kind of compare and see if this is really the same kind of stuff.
When we went there, we saw huge hives that were jutting from the mountain, and they were covered the whole time by bees until the smoke started to hit. Initially, the bees went on this crazy frenzy for about 10 minutes, stinging the shit out of everything. And there's stingers everywhere and half-dead bees crawling through the trenches. Eventually, they all just kind of dissipated and left. And so suddenly it revealed this very yellow honeycomb. I took about a spoonful and I felt lightheaded. It felt warm in the back of my throat. It made me have to clear my throat pretty continuously. And then I felt light, a general sense of euphoria, and then that feeling kind of dissipated.
It sounds very, very similar to my experience. An odd sensation in my throat, very, very dizzy instantly, and basically I would compare it to almost being drunk.
I brought a whole jar of it home. I gave a jar to Joe Rogan. I've not tried it, and I've not been tempted to try it since I tried it in Nepal.
Maybe we can try it together sometime. We can compare and contrast the Filipino mad honey to the Nepalese mad honey.
100%. That sounds like a terrible idea. Let's do it.
Getting this honey was more than just about food. It's a glimpse into the Dumagat's way of life and their relationship with the land. All in, it was a humbling and an eye-opening experience. It was a reminder to me that there are still parts of this world that are pretty much untouched and that hold secrets that are yet to be discovered. General Nakar left a lasting mark on me, and I'm already planning my return to continue exploring this incredible part of the world.
There we have it, guys. Filipino, intoxicating, mad, hallucinogenic, whatever you want to call it. Should definitely have some kind of effect. I really didn't have too much, maybe 3 or 4 shots worth. And I mean, drunk is not how I would describe it. Lightheaded and dizzy is. So kind of a different reaction. Anyway, I find this kind of stuff fascinating. Hopefully you guys too. If you want to tune into my channel a little bit more often, we have a lot more stuff going on like this. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.